I'm so glad you're here watching How to Code Reading Behaviors with Running Records. This is a 9-part mini-series that I've created just for you. I'm Dr. Julie Webb, and I'm the creator of LitCentric.com and, of course, the LitCentric YouTube channel. Now, in our video series, we're covering 9 very common codes that you'll need to know and get very fast and fluent with. And in this video, we're going to take a look at what to do, how to code when a student asks you what a word is. We all know we have students who do this all the time. Some do it more than they should, and we need to know what does it actually look like when a student appeals. Now, before we get to appeals, I want to make sure that you click the subscribe button below and ding the little bell up in your screen up there in the corner so that you don't miss a single video as they come through LitCentric's YouTube channel. You'll get a little quick notification, a little drop down. It's really easy to see, and that way you'll see the newest videos right there and you won't miss a thing. Let's learn how to code appeals. Now, an appeal is when a student asks you what a word is. Now, there's something you should know about appeals. Sometimes a student will say, "What is that word?" And they actually directly ask you. Sometimes a student will say, "Well, I don't know that." So instead of a question, it's a statement. Or sometimes they might just look at you. You know, when the student's reading along and all of a sudden they just stare at you because they think the word is somehow written on your forehead or something. Sometimes students will do that, and we want to make sure we code that on here, whether it's physical, like looking at you, or it's a question or a statement. All of those fall under the category of appeals because they're looking to you for the information that they're lacking. So there's a few ways that appeals happen, and let's talk about an appeal when a student doesn't know this word, the word like. So they're reading along, and then they come to the word like, and they pause for a moment. So when students pause, I like to just start drawing that line because that lets me know some behavior is going to be happening here. And the student usually will look at you and say, "Well, what's that? I don't know that. What is that?" So they're appealing to you. And you want to document that with a capital A for appeal. This is important for us to know because what can come next will actually influence the student's score. So what they try or maybe what assistance you provide is going to affect the data that we collect. And we're going to talk about a lot more of that in a moment. But let's say a student appeals here, and let's say they figure out the word on their own and they get it correct and they keep reading. So that's possible. Sometimes students go, "Well, I don't know that." And then they say, "Like to play," and they keep reading. That happens sometimes. Another thing that can happen often is when a student reads, they actually try a word. This is a substitution. We have a substitution video in this series that you're going to want to take a look at. But let's say the student said, "We look," and they recognize that's not correct, but they don't know what to say, so then they appeal and they say, "We look, well, what is that?" Okay, so either way, whether they made a mistake or they said nothing, you're still going to want to document that capital A for appeals. Now, as I mentioned, there's a lot to know about appeals and what to do and what not to do as a teacher in order to respond to those appeals. And I cover all of that information in my Running Record Bootcamp. Now, in the comments below, there's a link to the bootcamp in there, and you can take a look at all the lessons that I provide in there, the titles of everything, all the downloadable resources and videos, and there's several in there that you can view right now for free. Something that you need to know, though, is not only are these codes tricky, to kind of get started with, or at least to feel kind of fluent at and be able to keep up with students as they read, but it's really important to know how to maximize your time, not only to keep up with readers, but make sure that you're using all of your minutes very wisely with Running Records. Because as you know, any assessment or any activity that is one student to teacher, one-to-one, is going to be a very big time investment. And I know we have a lot of kids in our classrooms and we never have enough minutes in a day to get to all the things that we want to do and all the students we want to meet with. And so it's important we understand how to maximize that time and do as many running records as we can in one time period. And so in the Running Record Bootcamp, that's a very specific set of lessons in there that I talk to you about and show you very specific examples of how I do that. I can show you how to go from 4 running records a day into double and triple that number. And there are very specific ways to do that. And in Running Record Bootcamp, that's one of the things that I show you how to do. Now, another thing that's in there that you're going to want to grab right now is the LitCentric Common Codes cheat sheet. So if you click on that link in the comments, in that running record course, not only will you see all these other things available to you, but you can download the Common Codes cheat sheet right now. So download it, put it in your guided reading binder, your running record materials, share it with a teacher friend. That sheet is going to have the 9 common codes that we're talking about in our series of videos here, as well as what that information tells us about what students are doing and not doing, which gives us a much clearer picture about our next instructional steps, because we want to make sure we're developing our expertise. It's not about having more stuff at your guided reading table. It's about having more know-how and understanding about where to focus and the right mindset so that you can do the best job that you can for your students. So you don't need a bunch of little tricks and gimmicks. You actually need deep information coming from an expert, and that's what you're going to get in Running Record Bootcamp. So click that link below, download your cheat sheet, and have a great day at school.